My precious child, before we begin this sacred journey together, I want you to know that you are exactly where you need to be. Put aside every distraction, every worry, every voice that tries to pull your attention away from this moment. What you are about to hear has been written with divine love, with holy intention, and with you specifically in mind. Every word carries my heart for you. I invite you to stay with me until the very end. Subscribe to this channel and return daily, for I have more to speak over your life. Do not let the noise of the world drown out the whisper of heaven. This is your time, beloved. This is your moment of divine assurance. There is something I need you to know that will transform your waiting into expectation, your hope into certainty, your prayers into praise. What you have been praying for, what you have been hoping for, what you have been believing for, it is already on its way to you. My beloved child, come close and feel the warmth of my presence surrounding you, for I have news that will transform everything you thought you knew about prayer, about waiting, about the journey between asking and receiving. What I am about to share with you will shift your perspective from wondering if your prayers are heard, to knowing with absolute certainty that they are already answered. You have been praying, haven't you? You have been pouring out your heart to me, sharing your deepest desires, expressing your greatest needs, declaring your most desperate hopes. I have heard every word, beloved. I have collected every tear. I have treasured every whisper. And what you need to know is this: what you're praying for is already coming your way. This is not wishful thinking or spiritual platitude. This is divine reality based on how the kingdom of heaven operates. When you pray according to my will, when you align your heart with my heart, when you seek what I desire to give, the answer begins its journey toward you the moment the prayer leaves your lips. You see, precious one, there is a divine timing between the release of your prayer and the manifestation of your answer. This timing is not delay, it is preparation. It is not denial, it is development. It is not abandonment, it is arrangement. While you have been waiting, I have been working. While you have been hoping, I have been orchestrating. While you have been believing, I have been building. The answer to your prayers is traveling through dimensions you cannot see, moving through circumstances you do not understand, navigating through processes you cannot comprehend. But it is coming, beloved. It is on its way. It is closer than you think, nearer than you imagine, more imminent than you believe. I want you to understand that answered prayer is not just about getting what you want. It is about receiving what I know you need. Sometimes what you think you are praying for is just the surface of what I want to give you. Sometimes your request is the doorway to blessings you never imagined. Sometimes your petition opens the pathway to purposes you never considered. The prayers you have prayed for healing are being answered, but I am bringing wholeness that extends beyond your physical body to your emotions, your relationships, your future. The prayers you have prayed for provision are being answered, but I am bringing abundance that flows not just to you, but through you to bless many others. The prayers you have prayed for breakthrough are being answered, but I am bringing transformation that affects every area of your life. What you're praying for is already coming your way because I am a God who delights in giving good gifts to my children. I am not reluctant to bless you. I am not hesitant to provide for you. I am not resistant to your requests. I am eager to demonstrate my love through answered prayer, ready to reveal my faithfulness through fulfilled promises. But I need you to understand that the journey of answered prayer includes preparation, not just preparation of circumstances, but preparation of your heart to receive what I want to give. I have been using this season of waiting to develop your capacity to handle the blessing, to strengthen your character to steward the gift, to enlarge your vision to embrace the fullness of what I have planned. The answer that is coming is bigger than what you asked for. The blessing that is approaching is greater than what you imagined. The breakthrough that is manifesting is more comprehensive than what you requested. I always do exceedingly abundantly above all that you ask or think. You have been faithful in prayer, beloved. You have been persistent in seeking. You have been consistent in believing, and your faithfulness has not been in vain. Your persistence has not been ignored. Your consistency has not been overlooked. The reward of faithful prayer is coming your way. I want you to begin to shift your posture from petition to expectation. Stop begging for what I have already decided to give. Stop pleading for what I have already prepared. Stop striving for what I have already sent. Instead, begin to position yourself to receive, to prepare for manifestation, to make room for the answer that is already en route. The season of wondering is ending. The time of uncertainty is concluding. The era of questioning is finishing. You are entering into a season of receiving, a time of manifestation, an era of fulfilled promises. What you're praying for is already coming your way, and it is bringing with it a demonstration of my love, my faithfulness, and my power that will establish your faith for every future season of your life. My precious child, I want you to feel my presence in this moment as never before, because what I am about to reveal requires you to perceive with spiritual eyes what is already happening in the invisible realm. Right now, as these words settle into your heart, there is movement in the heavenly places on your behalf. There is activity in the spiritual dimension for your benefit. There is orchestration in the divine realm for your blessing. Can you sense it? Can you feel the stirring in the atmosphere around your prayers? Can you perceive the movement of my spirit as it arranges circumstances, positions people, and prepares pathways for your answered prayers to manifest in your reality? This is not your imagination, beloved. This is the tangible evidence of divine intervention working on your behalf. The prayers you have been praying have set heaven in motion. Every sincere petition you have offered has activated angelic assistance. Every heartfelt request you have made has initiated divine coordination. Every faithful declaration you have spoken has triggered supernatural activity that is now moving toward you with unstoppable momentum. I want you to understand that prayer is not just talking to me, it is partnering with me. When you pray, you are not just expressing your desires, you are aligning yourself with my desires. When you seek my will in prayer, you are not just asking for my help, you are inviting my power to move in your situation. The moment you pray according to my heart, the answer is released from heaven. The instant you align your request with my will, the provision begins its journey toward you. The second you surrender your timing to my timing, the breakthrough starts moving through every obstacle that stands between you and manifestation. Right now, there are people being moved into position to be part of your answered prayer. Individuals you have never met are being prepared to play crucial roles in your breakthrough. Connections are being arranged that will open doors you didn't even know existed. Relationships are being orchestrated that will provide resources you never imagined possible. There are circumstances being shifted to accommodate your blessing. Situations that seemed impossible are being made possible. Obstacles that appeared insurmountable are being removed. Barriers that looked permanent are being dissolved. The very things that seem to be working against you are being turned to work for you. There are resources being mobilized for your provision. Money is being moved from accounts you have never seen to eventually reach your hands. Opportunities are being created in places you have never been to eventually cross your path. Solutions are being developed for problems you are facing to eventually bring you relief. The presence of divine movement means that what you are experiencing is not delay, but divine timing. What feels like waiting is actually divine coordination. What appears to be silence is actually supernatural orchestration. I am working behind the scenes with precision that would amaze you if you could see it. This movement is comprehensive, affecting every aspect of your prayer request. If you have been praying for healing, there is movement in your body at the cellular level. If you have been praying for relationship restoration, there is movement in hearts and minds you cannot access. If you have been praying for financial breakthrough, there is movement in economic systems you are not aware of. The presence of divine movement also means that opposition is being dealt with. Every force that has been working against your breakthrough is being confronted by my power. Every enemy that has been blocking your blessing is being overcome by my authority. Every obstacle that has been hindering your answered prayer is being removed by my intervention. You may not see the movement yet with your natural eyes, but it is happening in the spiritual realm with divine certainty. You may not feel the shift yet in your circumstances, but it is occurring in the heavenly dimension with supernatural power. You may not experience the change yet in your situation, but it is manifesting in the divine realm with absolute authority. I want you to begin to pray from a place of movement rather than stagnation. Instead of asking me to start working, thank me that I am already working. Instead of pleading with me to move, acknowledge that I am already moving. Instead of begging me to act, recognize that I am already acting. The shift in your prayer perspective will align you with what is already happening and accelerate the manifestation of what is already coming. When you pray from movement rather than to movement, you position yourself to receive rather than just request. The presence of divine movement means your prayers have been heard, received, and are being answered. The machinery of heaven has been set in motion. The resources of eternity have been deployed. The power of the Almighty has been engaged. What you're praying for is not just coming your way. It is already moving your way with divine purpose, perfect timing, and supernatural power. My beloved child, come with me to the sacred waters of divine timing, where the currents flow not according to human schedules but according to heavenly wisdom, where the rhythm beats not to earthly clocks, but to eternal purposes. I want you to understand that what you're praying for is coming your way at exactly the right moment, in precisely the right manner, for perfectly the right reasons. You have been concerned about timing, haven't you? You have been wondering why your prayers seem to take so long to manifest. You have been questioning whether the delay means denial, whether the waiting means I am not listening, whether the process means I am not working. But I want you to understand that divine timing is perfect timing, and perfect timing is worth waiting for. The answer to your prayers could not come a moment sooner without missing the mark of my perfect will. If it came earlier, you would not be ready to receive it fully. If it manifested prematurely, you would not have the capacity to steward it properly. If it appeared before its time, you would not have the maturity to handle it wisely. I have been using this season of waiting to prepare you for receiving. While you have been praying for the answer, I have been preparing you for the answer. While you have been seeking the blessing, I have been developing your character to handle the blessing. While you have been believing for the breakthrough, I have been building your capacity to maintain the breakthrough. Divine timing also means that all the elements necessary for your answered prayer are coming together simultaneously. It is not just about you being ready. It is about everything being ready. The people involved need to be in position. The circumstances need to be aligned. The resources need to be available. The opportunities need to be open. Think of divine timing like a master conductor orchestrating a symphony. Every instrument must come in at exactly the right moment for the music to be perfect. Every note must be played at precisely the right time for the harmony to be beautiful. Every section must perform at exactly the right tempo for the composition to be magnificent. Your answered prayer is part of a divine symphony that involves multiple players, various elements, and complex coordination. The timing must be perfect for everything to work together for your good and my glory. What seems like delay to you is actually divine coordination, ensuring that when your answer comes, it comes with maximum impact and lasting benefit. The river of divine timing also flows through the principle of Kairos moments. Those special times when heaven and earth intersect, when the supernatural breaks into the natural, when the impossible becomes possible. Your answered prayer is coming during one of these Kairos moments, when everything aligns perfectly for divine intervention. You have been learning patience in this season, and patience is not just enduring the wait, it is trusting the process. Patience is believing that my timing is better than your timing. Patience is knowing that my ways are higher than your ways. Patience is resting in the confidence that what I have promised, I will perform at exactly the right time. The beauty of divine timing is that it often comes when you least expect it but most need it. It arrives when you have released your grip on controlling the outcome and have surrendered to trusting the process. It manifests when you have moved from demanding your way to embracing my way. I want you to understand that every day you have waited has been a day of preparation. Every moment of delay has been a moment of development. Every season of waiting has been a season of positioning. Nothing has been wasted. Everything has been purposeful. The river of divine timing is also carrying with it everything else you need for your complete satisfaction. Your answered prayer is not coming alone. It is coming with additional blessings, unexpected bonuses, and surprising benefits. When divine timing releases your answer, it releases abundance. Sometimes divine timing means your prayer is answered in a way you did not expect, but that exceeds what you requested. Sometimes it means the answer comes through a door you did not see, but that leads to greater blessing. Sometimes it means the manifestation takes a form you did not anticipate, but that serves you better than what you originally prayed for. The current of divine timing is also removing obstacles that would have hindered your blessing if it had come earlier. Barriers that needed to be dissolved are being eliminated. Opposition that needed to be overcome is being defeated. Resistance that needed to be broken is being shattered. I want you to stop fighting divine timing and start flowing with it. Stop resisting the process and start trusting the timing. Stop questioning the delay and start embracing the preparation. Your prayers are not being delayed. They are being perfected. The river of divine timing is carrying your answered prayers to you with perfect precision, absolute accuracy, and complete satisfaction. What you're praying for is coming your way at exactly the right time, in exactly the right way, for exactly the right purpose. Trust the timing. Embrace the process. Rest in the certainty that divine timing is perfect timing, and perfect timing is worth every moment of preparation. My precious child, I want to speak to you about a dimension of grace that few understand, but that is about to manifest in your life. The grace of supernatural acceleration. While divine timing ensures that your prayers are answered at the perfect moment, supernatural acceleration means that when that moment comes, things will happen faster than you ever imagined possible. You have been walking at one pace for so long that you have accepted it as normal. You have become accustomed to the gradual speed of change, the steady rhythm of progress, the measured tempo of breakthrough. But I am about to introduce you to a different pace, the pace of supernatural acceleration, where months of progress happen in weeks, where years of development occur in seasons. The grace of supernatural acceleration means that when your prayers begin to manifest, they will manifest rapidly. What has been moving slowly will suddenly move quickly. What has been developing gradually will suddenly develop exponentially. What has been progressing steadily will suddenly advance dramatically. This acceleration is not about rushing the process beyond wisdom. It is about removing the obstacles that have been slowing down the process unnecessarily. For too long, your answered prayers have been hindered by resistance that was not divine, delayed by obstacles that were not ordained, slowed by opposition that was not righteous. The grace that is coming will sweep away these hindrances and allow your answered prayers to move at the speed that I originally intended. You will experience breakthrough in weeks that you expected to take years. You will see manifestation in months that you thought would require decades. You will witness fulfillment in seasons that you imagined would take lifetimes. This supernatural acceleration will affect every area of your prayer life. Prayers for healing will see rapid recovery. Prayers for provision will experience quick manifestation. Prayers for relationships will witness swift restoration. Prayers for opportunities will encounter immediate opening. The acceleration will be across the board, comprehensive and undeniable. You will experience acceleration in understanding. Concepts about your purpose that once seemed unclear will suddenly become crystal clear. Direction for your future that once appeared foggy will suddenly come into sharp focus. Guidance for your decisions that once felt uncertain will suddenly become absolutely obvious. The grace of supernatural acceleration also means that the learning curve becomes a learning leap. Wisdom that typically takes years to acquire will be downloaded in moments. Skills that usually require lengthy development will be imparted quickly. Knowledge that normally comes through extensive experience will be given through divine revelation. Your relationships will experience acceleration. Connections that typically take months to develop will form in weeks. Trust that usually builds over years will establish in seasons. Partnerships that normally require extensive courting will manifest quickly. Divine relationships will bypass the normal timeline of human connection. In your finances, acceleration will mean that income streams multiply rapidly, investment returns exceed expectations quickly, and debt reduction happens faster than projected. Resources that have been slow in coming will suddenly flow abundantly. Opportunities that have been developing gradually will suddenly mature rapidly. This acceleration includes your spiritual growth. Maturity that typically develops slowly will emerge quickly. Character that usually forms over long periods will strengthen rapidly. Faith that normally grows gradually will expand exponentially. Your spiritual capacity will increase at supernatural speed. But I want you to understand that this acceleration comes with divine grace to handle the rapid change. You will not be overwhelmed by the speed of blessing. You will not be unprepared for the pace of breakthrough. You will not be inadequate for the velocity of answered prayer. The same grace that accelerates the process will equip you to handle the acceleration. The supernatural acceleration is possible because I am removing friction that has been slowing your progress. Spiritual resistance that has opposed your prayers will be broken. Demonic delays that have hindered your requests will be shattered. Satanic obstacles that have obstructed your petitions will be demolished. This acceleration will also come through divine favor that multiplies your efforts. Every prayer you pray will count for many prayers. Every step of faith you take will produce results beyond your investment. Every act of obedience will generate exponential returns. Your input will be supernaturally multiplied. The grace of supernatural acceleration means that what you have been praying for is not just coming your way, it is coming your way rapidly. The breakthrough is not just approaching, it is approaching quickly. The answer is not just en route, it is arriving speedily. I want you to prepare yourself for a pace of answered prayer that you have never experienced before. Get ready for manifestation that exceeds your timeline. Position yourself for breakthrough that surpasses your expectations. The grace of supernatural acceleration is being released over your prayer life. What has felt slow is about to become swift. What has seemed gradual is about to become rapid. What has appeared measured is about to become accelerated. The grace of supernatural acceleration is yours, and it is transforming the speed at which your prayers manifest. My beloved child, as your prayers move closer to manifestation through divine timing and supernatural acceleration, I want to reveal to you the magnificent provision that has been destined for your life. What you have been praying for is not just random requests being answered. These are prayers that align with the specific provision I have had prepared for you since before you were born. You see, precious one, your prayers have not been shots in the dark, hoping to hit some target of blessing. Your requests have not been random wishes cast into the wind, hoping for lucky outcomes. Your petitions have been the expression of your spirit, recognizing what your soul has been designed to receive, what your life has been intended to experience, what your destiny has been ordained to include. The provision that is coming your way is not arbitrary. It is specifically designed for you. It is not generic. It is customized for your unique purpose. It is not one size fits all. It is tailored for your particular calling. I know exactly what you need, when you need it, how you need it, and why you need it. This destined provision includes not just the things you have been praying for, but the things you have not yet learned to pray for. It encompasses not just your current requests, but your future needs. It covers not just your present desires, but your upcoming requirements. The provision is comprehensive, anticipatory, and complete. Your destined provision has been accumulating in the storehouses of heaven, while you have been developing the capacity to receive it. Like a trust fund that grows with compound interest until the heir is mature enough to inherit it, your provision has been increasing while you have been maturing. This provision is not just about meeting your needs, it is about establishing your influence. It is not just about solving your problems, it is about positioning you to solve problems for others. It is not just about blessing your life, it is about enabling you to be a blessing in other lives. The healing you have been praying for is destined provision, because I need you healthy and whole to fulfill your calling. The financial breakthrough you have been seeking is destined provision, because I need you resourced to accomplish your assignment. The relationship restoration you have been requesting is destined provision, because I need you connected to complete your mission. Every element of your destined provision serves multiple purposes. It meets your need while developing your character. It solves your problem while preparing you for greater responsibility. It answers your prayer while positioning you for bigger assignments. Nothing in your provision is wasted. Everything serves your ultimate purpose. This destined provision also includes divine connections that will transform your life. People are being prepared to cross your path who will open doors you cannot open yourself. Mentors are being positioned to guide you into new levels of effectiveness. Partners are being arranged to multiply your impact exponentially. The provision includes opportunities that are specifically designed for your unique combination of gifts, experiences, and calling. These are not opportunities that anyone could fulfill. These are assignments that require your particular blend of abilities, your specific background, your individual perspective. Your destined provision has been protected from interference, preserved from corruption, and prepared for perfect timing. What is coming your way has been kept safe from those who would misuse it, secured from those who would abuse it, and reserved for the moment when you are ready to steward it properly. I want you to understand that this provision is not just about individual blessing, it is about generational impact. What you receive will not only transform your life but will establish a legacy for your family. The breakthrough you experience will create pathways for your children and their children to walk in greater blessing. The destined provision also includes restoration for everything that has been lost, stolen, or destroyed in your past. I am not just providing for your future, I am restoring your past losses. I am not just meeting your current needs, I am compensating for previous lack. I am not just answering today's prayers, I am resolving yesterday's disappointments. This provision comes with wisdom to steward it well. You will not just receive blessing, you will receive understanding of how to maintain it, multiply it, and share it. You will not just get resources, you will gain insight into how to use them effectively, invest them wisely, and distribute them generously. The call to your destined provision is also a call to step into your destined identity. As you receive what I have prepared for you, you will discover who I have prepared you to be. As you walk in your provision, you will walk in your purpose. As you steward your blessing, you will fulfill your calling. This destined provision is not earned, it is inherited. It is not achieved, it is received. It is not merited, it is gifted by grace. But it is yours by divine design, heavenly assignment, and eternal purpose. What you're praying for is already coming your way because it is your destined provision. Prepared before time began, preserved through time's passage, and presented at time's perfect moment. My precious child, as your prayers move closer to manifestation and your destined provision approaches its appointed time, I must give you specific instruction on how to position yourself to receive what I am sending your way. Receiving is not passive. It is an active partnership with heaven that requires wisdom, preparation, and intentional alignment with my will. First, I want to instruct you about the importance of expectant preparation. You must begin to prepare space in your life for the answer to your prayers. If you have been praying for a new job, update your resume and prepare for interviews. If you have been praying for a relationship, prepare your heart and life to share with another person. If you have been praying for financial blessing, prepare to steward resources wisely. This preparation is not presumption. It is faith in action. It is not taking matters into your own hands. It is cooperating with my timing. It is not rushing the process. It is participating in the process. Your preparation creates space for my provision, room for my blessing, capacity for my answers. Second, I want to teach you about the power of thanksgiving in advance. Begin thanking me now for what you have been praying for, even before you see it manifest. Gratitude is not just a response to blessing. It is a posture that attracts blessing. When you thank me in advance, you demonstrate faith that transcends sight, trust that exceeds evidence, confidence that surpasses circumstances. This advanced thanksgiving aligns your heart with my heart. It positions your spirit to receive rather than just request. It creates an atmosphere where miracles feel at home, where blessings are welcomed, where answered prayers are celebrated rather than questioned. Third, I want to instruct you about the necessity of obedient action. When I give you specific instructions about steps to take, you must take them promptly and completely. Sometimes the answer to your prayer requires your participation. Sometimes the breakthrough demands your cooperation. Sometimes the blessing necessitates your involvement. These instructions may not always make logical sense to your natural mind, but they are always perfect sense to your spiritual understanding. When I tell you to speak to someone, speak. When I tell you to go somewhere, go. When I tell you to apply for something, apply. Your obedience opens doors that disobedience keeps closed. Fourth, I want to teach you about the importance of maintaining faith during the final stretch. Often, just before breakthrough manifests, the enemy launches his greatest attacks against your faith. He will try to convince you that nothing is happening, that your prayers are not being answered, that you should give up hope. But the final stretch is not the time to abandon faith. It is the time to intensify faith. It is not the moment to stop believing. It is the moment to believe bigger. It is not the hour to quit praying. It is the hour to pray with greater authority and expectation. Fifth, I want to instruct you about wise stewardship preparation. Begin thinking about how you will use what I am giving you. Consider how you will steward the blessing, multiply the provision, and share the abundance. The answer to your prayer is not just for you. It is through you to bless others. This preparation includes developing the character necessary to handle blessing without losing your humility, to receive provision without becoming prideful, to experience answered prayer without becoming presumptuous. Character development is just as important as prayer fulfillment. Sixth, I want to teach you about the practice of declaring alignment. Begin to speak your prayers as declarations rather than just requests. Instead of saying, "God, please heal me," say, "God, I thank you that healing is mine." Instead of saying, "God, please provide for me," say, "God, I receive your provision now." This shift from petition to declaration aligns your words with what I am already doing. It changes your prayer posture from begging to receiving, from hoping to knowing, from requesting to claiming what is already yours by divine promise. Seventh, I want to instruct you about the importance of staying alert for divine appointments. The answer to your prayer may come through unexpected people, surprising circumstances, or unusual opportunities. Stay sensitive to my voice, alert to my leading, and responsive to my direction. Sometimes the answer comes through a chance encounter that is not really chance at all. Sometimes it comes through an opportunity that appears random, but is actually orchestrated. Sometimes it comes through a conversation that seems casual but is actually crucial. Finally, I want to teach you about the practice of faith-filled celebration. Begin celebrating the answer to your prayer now, not after it manifests. Celebration is not just a response to receiving, it is a declaration of faith in my faithfulness. When you celebrate in advance, you honor my promises, acknowledge my power, and demonstrate your confidence in my love. These instructions are not suggestions. They are divine strategies for positioning yourself to receive everything I have prepared for you. Follow them faithfully, and you will find yourself perfectly positioned when your prayers manifest, completely prepared when your provision arrives, and totally ready when your breakthrough breaks through. Your role is not just to pray and wait. It is to pray and prepare, to believe and position, to trust and participate in the divine process of answered prayer. My beloved child, I want to sing over you a song of manifestation glory. For the moment is approaching when your prayers transform from invisible requests into visible realities, when your hopes shift from distant dreams to present experiences, when your faith converts from believing for what could be to celebrating what is. Can you hear the music beginning to play in the heavenly realm? Can you sense the rhythm of manifestation starting to beat in your spirit? Can you perceive the melody of answered prayer beginning to flow through your circumstances? This is the song of manifestation glory, and it is being sung over your life right now. The glory of manifestation is not just about getting what you want. It is about witnessing the faithfulness of God in tangible form. It is not just about receiving answers. It is about experiencing the love of heaven expressed in earthly reality. It is not just about breakthrough. It is about the demonstration of divine power in human circumstances. This manifestation glory will be evident to others. People will notice the change in your circumstances. They will observe the shift in your situation. They will perceive the transformation in your reality. They will recognize that something supernatural has happened in your life, something that cannot be explained by natural means alone. The song of manifestation glory includes harmonies of divine timing. Every element of your answered prayer will come together in perfect synchronization. People will be in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will appear at exactly the right moment. Resources will become available precisely when needed. This glory will also manifest as supernatural favor that opens doors effortlessly. What has been closed will open. What has been blocked will clear. What has been denied will be granted. What has been impossible will become possible. The favor that accompanies manifestation glory removes obstacles and creates pathways. Your manifestation will exceed your expectations. What you thought would be good will be great. What you hoped would be helpful will be transformational. What you expected would be temporary will be permanent. I always do exceedingly abundantly above all that you ask or think, and your manifestation will demonstrate this truth. The song of manifestation glory includes crescendos of multiplication. Your answered prayer will not come alone. It will come with bonuses, additions, and unexpected benefits. When I answer one prayer, I often answer several prayers simultaneously. When I provide one blessing, I frequently include multiple blessings. This glory will bring confirmation of your faith journey. Every moment you trusted when you couldn't see will be validated. Every time you believed when evidence was lacking will be vindicated. Every season you hoped when circumstances seemed hopeless will be justified. Your faith will be rewarded with visible proof of divine faithfulness. The manifestation glory will also demonstrate my love for you in ways that convince not just your mind, but your heart. You will know beyond doubt that you are cherished, valued, and treasured by the Creator of the universe. The answered prayer will be love expressed in tangible form, affection demonstrated through divine provision. This glory includes the restoration of lost time, wasted opportunities, and missed blessings. What the enemy meant for evil, I will turn for good. What circumstances stole from you, I will restore to you. What time took away from you, I will give back to you with compound interest. The song of manifestation glory will attract both celebration and opposition. Some will rejoice with you and be inspired by your breakthrough. Others may be jealous of your blessing and question whether you deserve it. Do not let their reactions diminish your gratitude or dampen your joy. Your manifestation will become testimony that encourages others who are still waiting for their prayers to be answered. Your breakthrough will become evidence that God still performs miracles. Your answered prayer will become hope for those who are struggling to maintain faith. This glory will also bring responsibility. What you receive, you must steward well. What you gain, you must use wisely. What you are given, you must share generously. Manifestation glory always comes with the call to be a blessing to others, as you have been blessed. The song includes movements of generational impact. Your answered prayer will not just affect you, it will influence your family line. The breakthrough you experience will create momentum for your children and their children. The blessing you receive will establish a legacy of faith and divine favor. This manifestation glory will strengthen your faith for future challenges and increase your confidence for greater prayers. When you see God answer prayer in one area, you will believe for breakthrough in other areas. When you experience divine faithfulness in one situation, you will trust God's goodness in every situation. The glory of manifestation will also reveal new dimensions of my character that you have never experienced before. You will know me as provider in ways you have never known. You will understand me as healer in ways you have never understood. You will experience me as wonder worker in ways you have never experienced. Listen to the song of manifestation glory that I am singing over your life. It is a song of faith rewarded, hope fulfilled, love demonstrated, and prayers answered. It is a song of divine faithfulness, supernatural provision, and miraculous intervention. Your manifestation is not just coming, it is singing its way to you with glory that will be undeniable, timing that will be perfect, and impact that will be eternal. My precious child, as your prayers near their moment of manifestation and the glory of answered prayer approaches its revelation, I must give you a critical warning about forces that will try to interfere with what I am doing in your life. The enemy of your soul knows that your breakthrough is imminent, and he will deploy every strategy he possesses to disrupt, delay, or derail the answer that is coming your way. Listen carefully to this warning, beloved, for your breakthrough could be hindered if you do not recognize and resist these attacks. The very proximity of your answered prayer makes you a target for increased spiritual warfare. The closer you get to manifestation, the more intense the opposition becomes. The first attack will come against your faith. Just when your prayer is about to manifest, the enemy will launch an assault on your confidence in my faithfulness. He will whisper doubts about whether I really heard your prayers. He will suggest that you have been deceived about my promises. He will try to convince you that nothing is really happening, that you have been foolish to believe for breakthrough. But I want you to remember that doubt is not discernment. Skepticism is not wisdom. The voice of the enemy is not my voice. When doubt attacks, counter it with the promises I have spoken over your life. When fear speaks, answer it with the faithfulness I have demonstrated in your past. When the enemy questions, respond with spiritual devotional. What you're praying for is already coming your way. But I want you to remember that doubt is not discernment. Skepticism is not wisdom. The voice of the enemy is not my voice. When doubt attacks, counter it with the promises I have spoken over your life. When fear speaks, answer it with the faithfulness I have demonstrated in your past. When the enemy questions, respond with the certainty of my love for you. The second attack will target your patience. The enemy will try to make you impatient with my timing, frustrated with the process, and anxious about the delay. He will suggest that if your prayer were really going to be answered, it would have happened by now. He will try to convince you to take matters into your own hands, to force outcomes, to manipulate circumstances. But premature action can abort divine timing. Impatience can interrupt supernatural process. Forcing can fracture what I am carefully orchestrating. Trust my timing, even when it does not align with your preferences. Rest in my process, even when it does not match your expectations. The third attack will come through the voices of others. The enemy will use well-meaning people to discourage your faith, question your expectations, and suggest that you are being unrealistic. They will remind you of past disappointments to diminish your current hope. They will point to natural limitations to discourage supernatural expectation. Do not let their unbelief become your unbelief. Do not let their limitations define your possibilities. Do not let their past experiences dictate your future outcomes. Their words may sound wise, but if they contradict what I have spoken to your heart, they are not from me. The fourth attack will attempt to create urgency around lesser opportunities. The enemy will present you with alternatives that seem good, but are not best. Options that appear beneficial, but are not my will. Choices that look promising, but will derail your destined provision. These distractions will often come disguised as answered prayer. They will appear to solve your immediate need while diverting you from your ultimate blessing. They will offer quick relief while preventing long-term resolution. Be discerning about what you accept, even if it seems to meet your need. The fifth attack will target your worthiness. As your breakthrough approaches, the enemy will remind you of every mistake you have made, every failure you have experienced, every moment you have fallen short. He will argue that you do not deserve the blessing that is coming, that you have not earned the answer to your prayer. But remember that my blessings are not based on your merit, they are based on my mercy. My answers are not founded on your performance, they are founded on my promises. My provision is not earned by your righteousness, it is given by my grace. The sixth attack will come through manufactured crises. Just before your breakthrough manifests, the enemy may create emergencies that demand your attention, problems that require immediate action, situations that seem to need urgent resolution. These crises are designed to distract you from what I am doing and redirect your energy away from receiving what I am giving. Not every crisis is real. Not every emergency is genuine. Not every urgent situation actually requires your immediate intervention. Learn to distinguish between divine interruptions and demonic distractions, between legitimate needs and manufactured urgencies. The seventh attack will attempt to make you compare your timeline to others' experiences. The enemy will point to people whose prayers were answered quickly and suggest that your slower timeline means something is wrong. He will use comparison to create doubt, envy, and discouragement. But my timing for you is not my timing for others. My process with you is not my process with them. My plan for your life is unique, customized, and perfectly designed for your specific purpose and calling. Do not measure your journey by someone else's timeline. The eighth attack will try to make you settle for less than what I have promised. As you grow weary of waiting, the enemy will present inferior options and try to convince you that they are close enough to what you have been praying for. He will suggest that you should be grateful for anything and lower your expectations. But I do not want you to settle for less than my best. I do not want you to accept substitutes for my perfect will. I do not want you to compromise on the promises I have made to you. What I have spoken, I will perform. What I have promised, I will provide. Be vigilant against these attacks in the coming days and weeks. Recognize them when they arise. Resist them when they persist. Rebuke them when they intensify. Your breakthrough is too important to let these forces derail it. Your answered prayer is too valuable to let interference destroy it. Stand firm in faith. Remain patient in process. Trust my timing. Reject inferior options. Remember your worth. Ignore the voices of doubt. Focus on my promises. What you're praying for is already coming your way, and no interference from the enemy can stop what I have determined to do in your life. My beloved child, as your prayers approach their moment of glorious manifestation, I want to give you the precious gift of divine confirmation, signs, signals, and supernatural assurances that will leave no doubt in your heart that what you have been praying for is indeed on its way to you. This confirmation will strengthen your faith, encourage your heart, and prepare your spirit for the breakthrough that is about to unfold. Divine confirmation comes in many forms, and I want you to be alert and receptive to each one. Sometimes it will be a word spoken by a stranger that perfectly addresses your situation. Sometimes it will be a verse of scripture that leaps off the page with personal relevance. Sometimes it will be a song that speaks directly to your heart about what I am doing in your life. You may receive confirmation through dreams that provide hope and direction. You may experience it through visions that reveal my plans for your future. You may perceive it through prophetic words that confirm what I have been speaking to your spirit. These are not coincidences. They are divine communications designed to assure you of my faithfulness. The gift of divine confirmation also comes through supernatural synchronicities, events that are too perfectly timed to be random, connections that are too meaningful to be coincidental, opportunities that are too relevant to be accidental. When you begin to see these patterns, know that they are evidence of my hand, orchestrating circumstances for your benefit. You will receive confirmation through the peace that surpasses understanding, settling over your heart when you think about your prayer requests. This peace is not natural optimism. It is supernatural assurance. It is not wishful thinking. It is divine knowing. When this peace comes, it is confirmation that your prayers are moving from petition to manifestation. Divine confirmation may also come through the testimonies of others whose prayers have been answered in similar ways. You will hear stories that mirror your situation, witness breakthroughs that reflect your need, observe miracles that demonstrate what I want to do in your life. These testimonies are not entertainment. They are encouragement designed to build your faith for your own breakthrough. The confirmation will often include specific details that only you would understand. I will speak to you in the language of your heart, using references that have personal meaning, making connections that only you would recognize. This personal touch is evidence that the confirmation is specifically for you, not generic encouragement. You may receive confirmation through doors that open unexpectedly, opportunities that present themselves suddenly, or resources that become available surprisingly. These are not lucky breaks. They are divine preparations for what is coming. They are evidence that the infrastructure for your answered prayer is being established. Sometimes divine confirmation comes through obstacles being removed without your effort. Problems that seemed impossible to solve suddenly resolve themselves. Barriers that appeared immovable suddenly disappear. Opposition that seemed insurmountable suddenly collapses. This supernatural clearing of the way is confirmation that your breakthrough is approaching. The gift of divine confirmation also includes increased favor with people who can impact your situation. You will find individuals who were previously resistant becoming cooperative. People who were once distant will become helpful. Those who were formerly opposed will become supportive. This shift in human hearts is divine confirmation that I am moving on your behalf. You will experience confirmation through supernatural provision of smaller needs while you wait for the larger answer. These provisions are like appetizers before the main course, previews of the complete blessing, samples of what is coming in fullness. They confirm that I am aware of your needs and committed to your provision. Divine confirmation often includes an increase in your spiritual sensitivity and discernment. You will begin to perceive my voice more clearly, sense my presence more tangibly, and understand my ways more deeply. This increased spiritual awareness is both a gift in itself and confirmation that you are being prepared for greater things. The confirmation will also come through an unexplainable increase in your faith and expectancy. You will find yourself believing with greater confidence, hoping with stronger assurance, and expecting with deeper certainty. This supernatural infusion of faith is confirmation that what you are believing for is about to manifest. You may receive confirmation through the prayers and encouragement of others who are led to speak into your situation without knowing the details of what you have been praying for. Their words will align with what I have been speaking to your heart, confirming that you have been hearing from me correctly. Sometimes divine confirmation comes through challenges that initially appear to be setbacks, but actually position you perfectly for your breakthrough. What looks like opposition is actually divine positioning. What seems like delay is actually divine preparation. What appears to be denial is actually divine refinement. The gift of divine confirmation is my way of saying, hold on, beloved, what you have been praying for is almost here. What you have been believing for is about to manifest. What you have been hoping for is on its way to you. Receive these confirmations with gratitude. Treasure them in your heart. Let them strengthen your faith and encourage your spirit. They are gifts from my heart to yours, assurances from heaven to earth, promises from eternity to time. When the confirmations come, and they will come, know that your answered prayer is not far behind. My precious child, as your prayers near their moment of magnificent manifestation, I want to reveal to you a promise that will expand your expectations and enlarge your vision, the promise of abundant overflow. What you have been praying for is not just coming your way, it is coming with overflow, abundance, and more than enough to meet not only your needs, but to enable you to bless others abundantly. You see, beloved, I do not give just enough. I give more than enough. I do not provide barely sufficient, I provide abundantly sufficient. I do not answer prayers with minimal fulfillment. I answer prayers with maximum blessing. This is my nature, my character, my way of demonstrating love for my children. The overflow principle means that when I answer your prayer for healing, I will not just remove the sickness, I will restore you to greater health and vitality than you had before. When I answer your prayer for provision, I will not just meet your current need, I will supply resources that position you for future opportunities and enable you to be generous to others. This abundant overflow will manifest in every area where you have been praying. If you have been praying for relationship restoration, I will not just heal the broken relationship. I will make it stronger and more beautiful than it ever was before. If you have been praying for financial breakthrough, I will not just solve your current crisis. I will establish ongoing prosperity that creates security and enables generosity. The promise of abundant overflow means that your answered prayer will have ripple effects that extend far beyond your immediate situation. Your healing will inspire others to believe for their healing. Your breakthrough will encourage others to press through to their breakthrough. Your testimony will become hope for those who are still waiting for their manifestation. This overflow includes blessing in areas where you have not even been praying. While I am answering your specific requests, I will also be opening doors you did not know to ask me to open, providing resources you did not know to request, and creating opportunities you did not know to seek. My blessings often come in packages that include bonuses you never imagined. The abundant overflow will also restore what has been lost in the past while providing for the future. Time that was wasted will be redeemed. Opportunities that were missed will be replaced with better opportunities. Relationships that were damaged will be restored to greater strength. Resources that were lost will be returned with increase. This promise means that your testimony will be so powerful, your breakthrough so evident, your transformation so dramatic that it will be undeniable proof of my goodness and faithfulness. People will not be able to explain your blessing by natural means alone. They will have to acknowledge supernatural intervention. The overflow will position you to be a blessing to your family, your community, and beyond. You will have the joy of lifting others as you have been lifted. You will experience the satisfaction of providing for others, as I have provided for you. You will discover the fulfillment of opening doors for others, as doors have been opened for you. Your abundant overflow will include wisdom and understanding that multiplies the impact of your material blessings. You will not just receive resources, you will receive insight into how to steward them effectively, invest them wisely, and distribute them generously. The overflow includes both blessing and the wisdom to handle blessing well. This promise also encompasses protection and preservation of what you receive. Your answered prayer will come with divine security that guards against loss, theft, or destruction. What I give you, I will also protect. What I provide for you, I will also preserve. What I bless you with, I will also maintain. The abundant overflow will create momentum for continued blessing. One answered prayer will lead to another. One breakthrough will open the door for more breakthroughs. One blessing will position you for greater blessings. Your life will become a river of blessing that flows continuously. This overflow includes an increase in your spiritual capacity and authority. As you receive natural blessings, you will also receive spiritual growth. As you experience material provision, you will also experience greater intimacy with me. As you witness answered prayer, you will also develop stronger faith for future prayers. The promise of abundant overflow means that your story will become a catalyst for revival in your sphere of influence. Your family will be impacted by your breakthrough. Your workplace will be influenced by your testimony. Your community will be touched by your transformation. Your blessing will become a blessing to many. You will have overflow and joy that bubbles up from deep within regardless of circumstances. You will have overflow in peace that surpasses understanding, even in the midst of challenges. You will have overflow in love that extends grace to others, even when they do not deserve it. The abundant overflow also includes divine connections that multiply your influence and expand your impact. You will meet people who will become lifelong friends, mentors who will guide your development, partners who will amplify your effectiveness, and opportunities that will elevate your platform. This promise is not based on your merit but on my nature. I am the God of more than enough, the provider of abundant blessing, the source of overflowing goodness. It brings me joy to bless my children abundantly, to exceed their expectations, to surprise them with my generosity. The promise of abundant overflow is yours, beloved. What you are praying for is coming with overflow, abundance, and more than enough to transform not only your life, but to enable you to transform the lives of others. Prepare for overflow. Expect abundance. Anticipate more than enough. Your prayers are being answered with the generous heart of a loving Father who delights in blessing his children abundantly. My beloved child, as we approach the sacred moment when your prayers transform from invisible hopes into visible realities, I want to give you a confirmation that will anchor your soul and establish your heart in the unshakable truth of my infinite love for you. Every prayer that is about to be answered, every blessing that is about to manifest, every breakthrough that is about to unfold, all of it is rooted in my overwhelming, unchanging, eternal love for you. You have been wondering whether you are truly loved, haven't you? You have been questioning whether your prayers matter to me, whether your needs concern me, whether your heart's desires are important to me. Let me settle this question once and for all with sacred confirmation. You are completely, perfectly, eternally loved by me, and everything I am about to do in your life is an expression of that love. The answered prayers that are coming your way are not rewards for your good behavior. They are not prizes for your spiritual performance. They are not payments for your religious activities. They are expressions of my love, pure, unconditional, unchanging love that has been pursuing you since before you were born. I loved you before you knew how to pray. I chose you before you chose me. I planned to bless you before you ever asked for blessing. I prepared answers for you before you ever formed the questions. My love for you is not conditional on your love for me. My love for you is the foundation of everything good that happens in your life. The breakthrough that is manifesting is my love in action. The provision that is flowing toward you is my love expressed in tangible form. The healing that is approaching is my love demonstrated through supernatural power. The opportunities that are opening are my love creating pathways for your success and fulfillment. I want you to understand that you cannot pray your way into more love from me than you already have. You cannot perform your way into greater affection from me. You cannot achieve your way into deeper care from me. You already have my complete love, my total acceptance, my absolute delight. The prayers I am answering are not about making you more lovable. You are already perfectly lovable to me. They are not about making you more valuable. You are already infinitely valuable to me. They are not about making you more significant. You are already supremely significant to me. These answered prayers are about revealing my love to you in ways you can see, touch and experience. They are about demonstrating my care for you in forms that will convince your heart of what your head may have doubted. They are about showing you through undeniable evidence that you are treasured, cherished, and adored by the Creator of the universe. Every good thing that manifests in your life is my way of saying, I love you. Every door that opens is my love making a way for you. Every provision that appears is my love providing for your needs. Every healing that occurs is my love restoring your wholeness. Every opportunity that presents itself is my love creating possibilities for your future. I have been planning this season of answered prayer, not because you need to be convinced that you are loved, but because I want to enjoy the expression of my love toward you. I delight in blessing you. I take pleasure in providing for you. I find joy in opening doors for you. I experience happiness in seeing you succeed. Your joy brings me joy. Your success brings me satisfaction. Your breakthrough brings me delight. Your peace brings me pleasure. You are not just the recipient of my love. You are the reason for my celebration. The sacred confirmation I want to give you is this: nothing that has happened in your past has diminished my love for you. No mistake you have made has reduced my affection for you. No failure you have experienced has decreased my commitment to you. No prayer that seemed unanswered has lessened my desire to bless you. My love for you is not based on your track record. It is based on my character. My care for you is not founded on your performance. It is founded on my nature. My commitment to you is not established by your consistency. It is established by my faithfulness. The prayers I am answering are proof that I have never stopped loving you, never stopped believing in you, never stopped planning good things for you. Even when you couldn't feel my presence, I was working behind the scenes. Even when you couldn't hear my voice, I was orchestrating your breakthrough. Even when you couldn't see my hand, I was moving on your behalf. I want you to receive these answered prayers not just as provision for your needs, but as confirmation of my love. Not just as solutions to your problems, but as evidence of my affection. Not just as answers to your requests, but as demonstrations of my delight in you. When your prayers manifest, remember that they are love in action. When blessings flow, recognize them as love providing supply. When doors open, understand them as love creating pathways. When healing comes, perceive it as love restoring wholeness. This sacred confirmation of my love is not just for this moment. It is for every moment when you question your value, doubt your significance, or wonder about your worth. It is for every season when circumstances make you feel forgotten, overlooked, or abandoned. It is for every situation when you need to remember how deeply, completely, eternally you are loved. You are my beloved child, chosen before the foundation of the world, loved with an everlasting love, cherished beyond measure. The prayers that are about to be answered are just expressions of a love that is infinite, eternal, and inexhaustible. Receive this confirmation. Embrace this truth. Let it settle into the deepest part of your heart and establish itself as the foundation of your identity. You are loved beyond your ability to comprehend, and your answered prayers will prove it in ways that will leave you amazed, grateful, and absolutely certain of my heart toward you. My precious child, we have reached a sacred moment in our journey together, where I want to unveil to you the magnificent tapestry of perfect timing that has been woven through every prayer you have prayed, every tear you have shed, every moment you have waited. What seemed like delay was actually divine coordination. What appeared to be silence was actually supernatural orchestration. What felt like abandonment was actually careful arrangement. The revelation of perfect timing will transform your understanding of everything you have experienced on this journey of prayer and faith. You will see that every moment of waiting has been purposeful. Every season of silence has been meaningful. Every period of preparation has been essential for the complete fulfillment of what I have planned for your life. Your prayers have not been answered sooner because the timing was not yet perfect. If they had been answered earlier, you would have missed the fullness of what I wanted to give you. If they had manifested prematurely, you would have received less than my best. If they had come before their appointed time, you would have been unprepared for the magnitude of blessing I have intended for you. The perfect timing includes the preparation of your heart to receive what I am giving. During this season of waiting, I have been developing your character, expanding your capacity, deepening your faith, and strengthening your ability to steward blessing wisely. You are not the same person who first began praying these prayers. You have been transformed through the process of waiting. Perfect timing also means that all the people who need to be involved in your answered prayer are now in position. The right individuals have been moved into place. The necessary connections have been established. The essential relationships have been formed. Your breakthrough is not just about you. It involves a symphony of people who have all needed to reach the right place at the right time. The circumstances surrounding your answered prayer have also required perfect timing to align. Situations that needed to change have changed. Obstacles that needed to be removed have been eliminated. Opportunities that needed to open have opened. Resources that needed to become available have become accessible. The revelation of perfect timing shows you that I have been working on multiple levels simultaneously. While you saw only your situation, I was orchestrating countless other situations that would ultimately converge to create your breakthrough. While you focused on your needs, I was arranging solutions that would meet not only your needs, but the needs of many others through your answered prayer. Perfect timing means that your answered prayer will have maximum impact. It will come at exactly the moment when it will create the greatest testimony, inspire the most people, and produce the most significant transformation. Your breakthrough will be a catalyst for breakthrough in the lives of others who have been watching your journey. The timing is also perfect for your spiritual development. You have reached a level of maturity that can handle the blessing without it corrupting your character. You have developed a depth of relationship with me that can steward the answered prayer without it becoming an idol. You have cultivated a breadth of vision that can use the blessing to advance my kingdom, rather than just enhance your comfort. Perfect timing includes the alignment of your answered prayer with larger purposes in my kingdom. Your healing will demonstrate my power to a generation that doubts miracles. Your financial breakthrough will provide resources for kingdom purposes. Your restored relationships will model redemption to a broken world. Your breakthrough serves purposes beyond your personal benefit. The revelation of perfect timing also shows you that the waiting has been as important as the receiving. During the waiting, you have learned to trust me more deeply, to depend on me more completely, to love me more genuinely. The waiting has purified your motives, clarified your priorities, and intensified your intimacy with me. Perfect timing means that your answered prayer comes with everything else you need to sustain it. The healing comes with the lifestyle changes necessary to maintain it. The financial blessing comes with the wisdom to manage it. The restored relationship comes with the maturity to nurture it. The opportunity comes with the skills to maximize it. The timing is perfect for generational impact. Your answered prayer will not only bless you, but will establish a legacy of faith for your children and their children. It will break negative patterns that have affected your family line and establish positive patterns that will bless future generations. Perfect timing also ensures that your testimony will reach the right people at the right moment. Those who need to hear your story of answered prayer are now in position to receive it. Those who need encouragement from your breakthrough are now ready to be inspired by it. Those who need hope from your testimony are now prepared to embrace it. The revelation of perfect timing transforms your perspective on the entire journey. What you thought was too slow was actually precisely paced. What you believed was too late was actually exactly on time. What you felt was forgotten was actually perfectly remembered and orchestrated with divine precision. As your prayers manifest in their perfect timing, you will understand that the wait was worth it, the process was purposeful, and the timing was absolutely perfect. You will see that I am not just a God who answers prayer, but a God who answers prayer at exactly the right time. in exactly the right way, for exactly the right purposes. The perfect timing of your answered prayer will be a testimony to my wisdom, my love, and my sovereignty that will encourage your faith for every future season of your life. My beloved child, as your prayers stand on the threshold of glorious manifestation and the perfect timing of divine intervention unfolds in your life, I want to commission you for a sacred responsibility that will extend far beyond your personal blessing. You are being commissioned not just to receive answered prayer, but to become a living testimony of my faithfulness, a walking witness of my goodness, and a breathing example of my love for all who will hear your story. Your answered prayer is not just for you, it is through you. Your breakthrough is not just about your blessing, it is about your becoming a blessing to others. Your testimony will become a bridge that others will cross from doubt to faith, from despair to hope, from resignation to expectation. I am commissioning you to share your story with boldness, clarity, and authenticity. Tell others about the journey you have walked. Describe the process you have endured. Explain the waiting you have experienced. Detail the faith you have maintained. Declare the breakthrough you have received. Your story has power to transform lives because it demonstrates that I still answer prayer. I still work miracles. I still demonstrate my love through supernatural intervention. This commission includes the responsibility to give me glory for what I have done in your life. Do not attribute your answered prayer to luck, coincidence, or natural circumstances. Do not minimize the supernatural elements of your breakthrough. Do not downplay the miraculous aspects of your testimony. Give credit where credit is due, to the God who heard your prayer, orchestrated your breakthrough, and demonstrated his love through answered prayer. Your testimony will carry authority because it is born from experience, not theory. You will speak not from academic knowledge but from personal encounter. You will share not from theological study but from spiritual reality. Your words will carry weight because they are backed by the evidence of transformed circumstances, healed bodies, restored relationships, and provided resources. I am commissioning you to be specific in your testimony. Don't speak in generalities about God's goodness. Share the specific details of how he answered your specific prayers. Don't talk vaguely about divine blessing. Describe the exact ways your prayers were fulfilled. Specificity in testimony builds faith in others because it demonstrates that I care about the details of human need and respond with detailed provision. Your commission includes the call to encourage others who are still waiting for their prayers to be answered. Remind them that waiting does not mean abandonment. Assure them that delay does not mean denial. Encourage them that silence does not mean absence. Your testimony will be hope to the hopeless, strength to the weary, and faith to the doubting. This commission also requires you to share not just the blessing, but the process. Tell others about the season of waiting and how you navigated it. Describe the moments of doubt and how you overcame them. Explain the times of discouragement and how you persevered through them. The process is often as powerful as the outcome because it shows others how to endure their own seasons of waiting. I am commissioning you to be a prayer encourager. Inspire others to pray more boldly, believe more deeply, and expect more confidently. Your answered prayer is evidence that I still respond to the prayers of my people. Use your testimony to ignite faith in others to bring their own requests before my throne with expectation and confidence. Your commission includes the responsibility to help others align their prayers with my will. Share what you learned about seeking my heart in prayer, surrendering your timing to my timing, and trusting my wisdom even when you couldn't understand my ways. Your testimony can help others move from demanding their will to embracing my will in their prayer lives. This commission extends to multiple generations. Your children and grandchildren need to hear your testimony. They need to know that their ancestor was a person of faith who experienced answered prayer. Your story will become part of their spiritual heritage, encouraging them to believe for their own breakthroughs and maintain their own faith through difficult seasons. I am commissioning you to be a testimony in different spheres of influence. Share your story in your family, your workplace, your community, your church. Different environments need different aspects of your testimony. Some need to hear about my healing power. Others need to know about my providing heart. Still others need to understand my restoring grace. Your commission includes the call to live your testimony daily. Let your life be consistent with your words. Let your character support your claims. Let your ongoing relationship with me validate your past experience with me. A powerful testimony is not just about what I did once. It's about who I am always. This commission also requires humility. Remember that your answered prayer is evidence of my grace, not your goodness. It demonstrates my love, not your merit. It reveals my power, not your righteousness. Let your testimony point others to me, not to yourself. I am commissioning you to be prepared to share your testimony at any moment. You never know when someone desperately needs to hear your story. You never know when your words of hope will be exactly what someone needs to continue believing. You never know when your testimony will be the catalyst for someone else's breakthrough. Your commission is backed by my authority and empowered by my spirit. When you share your testimony, I will give you the words to speak. When you encourage others, I will give you wisdom to counsel. When you pray with those who are waiting, I will give you faith to impart. This is your commission, beloved. Be a living testimony of my faithfulness. Be a walking witness of my goodness. Be a breathing example of my love. Let your answered prayer become hope for others who are still praying, faith for others who are still believing, and evidence for others who are still doubting. Your testimony has power to change lives, inspire faith, and bring glory to my name. Use it wisely, share it boldly, and live it authentically. My most precious child, as we reach the culmination of this sacred revelation about your answered prayers, I want to speak over you an eternal declaration that will establish the trajectory of your life forever. What is about to manifest in your life is not just a one-time answer to prayer. It is the beginning of a lifetime of continuous blessing, perpetual favor, and ongoing demonstration of my faithfulness. You are no longer the person who first began praying those prayers that are now being answered. You are not the same individual who started this journey of faith and expectation. You have been transformed through the process of prayer, refined through the season of waiting, and prepared through the experience of believing. The person emerging from this journey carries an authority in prayer, an expectation of blessing, and a confidence in my love that will mark every future interaction with heaven. What you are about to receive has activated something eternal within your spirit. Faith that was dormant has been awakened with power. Hope that was dim has been ignited with brightness. Trust that was shaken has been established with stability. Love that was questioned has been confirmed with certainty. You now carry within your spirit the DNA of answered prayer, the genetics of divine favor, the blueprint of supernatural breakthrough. This is not wishful thinking or positive confession. This is prophetic declaration of what has been established in the heavenly realm and is now manifesting in the earthly realm. You have been marked by divine faithfulness, sealed with supernatural love, and anointed for continuous blessing. The answered prayers that are manifesting now are just the beginning. They are the first fruits of a harvest that will continue for the rest of your life. They are the initial installment of blessing that will flow continuously. They are the opening movement of a symphony of divine goodness that will play throughout your lifetime. Your future will be marked by prayers answered before you finish praying them. You will experience provision appearing before you recognize the need. You will witness doors opening before you approach them. You will see solutions manifesting before you fully understand the problems. This is the lifestyle of continuous blessing that is now your inheritance. The businesses you will start will prosper beyond natural explanation because they will operate under divine favor. The relationships you will form will flourish beyond normal parameters because they will be blessed by supernatural grace. The investments you will make will multiply beyond typical returns. because they will be covered by heavenly protection. You will become a conduit of answered prayer for others. People will seek your prayers because they will recognize the authority you carry with heaven. They will ask for your intercession because they will perceive the favor that rests upon your life. They will desire your blessing because they will see the results that follow your words. Your family line will be marked by this transition from struggle to blessing, from lack to abundance, from difficulty to ease. Your children will grow up expecting answered prayer because it will be normal in your household. Your grandchildren will approach God with confidence because they will have inherited a legacy of divine faithfulness. But never forget, beloved child, that all of this flows from one foundational truth. You are eternally, completely, unchangingly loved by me. Every answered prayer you will receive, every blessing you will experience, every breakthrough you will witness is an expression of how deeply, perfectly, infinitely you are cherished by the Creator of the universe. You are not just blessed, you are beloved. You are not just favored, you are treasured. You are not just provided for, you are delighted in. You carry my heart, my nature, my love within the core of your being, and this love will attract blessing, create favor, and manifest provision throughout your lifetime. As you step into this new dimension of living, remember to stay connected to the source of your blessing. Remember to maintain intimacy with the one who answers your prayers. Remember to prioritize relationship with the Father who loves you unconditionally. All the answered prayers, continuous blessing, and perpetual favor in the world cannot substitute for the joy, peace, and fulfillment that come from knowing me and being known by me. Your life will become a living testimony that I still answer prayer, still work miracles, still demonstrate love through supernatural intervention. Your story will inspire others to pray more boldly, believe more deeply, and expect more confidently. Your experience will become evidence that the age of miracles has not ended, that God still moves in response to faith, that prayer still changes things. You will face challenges in the future, but you will face them with the confidence of someone who has experienced answered prayer. You will encounter difficulties, but you will approach them with the authority of someone who knows how to pray effectively. You will meet obstacles, but you will confront them with the certainty of someone who has witnessed divine intervention. The continuous blessing I am declaring over your life includes protection from every scheme of the enemy. What is established by heaven cannot be destroyed by hell. What is blessed by God cannot be cursed by man. What is favored by the Almighty cannot be hindered by circumstances. You walk under divine covering, surrounded by heavenly protection, encompassed by supernatural grace. Your prayers will carry new authority, because they will be prayed from a position of proven faithfulness. When you intercede for others, heaven will respond quickly because you will be praying from experience, not just hope. When you declare God's promises, they will manifest rapidly because you will be speaking from knowledge, not just belief. This eternal declaration includes the promise that your influence will expand continuously. Your platform will grow, your voice will be heard, your testimony will reach further, your impact will deepen. You will affect not just your immediate circle, but communities, regions, and ultimately nations through the prayers you pray and the faith you demonstrate. The continuous blessing encompasses generational transformation. Patterns of lack in your family line are being broken forever. Cycles of struggle are being shattered permanently. Traditions of limitation are being destroyed completely. You are establishing new patterns of blessing, creating new cycles of favor, initiating new traditions of abundance. Your descendants will benefit from the prayers you have prayed and the breakthrough you have experienced. Children not yet born will walk in freedom because you walked in faith. Generations not yet conceived will experience blessing because you experienced transformation. Your answered prayers today create momentum for answered prayers in your family line for centuries to come. The eternal declaration includes the promise that your story will outlive your lifetime. Your testimony will continue to inspire faith long after you have gone to be with me. Your example will continue to encourage believers for generations beyond your earthly existence. Your prayers will continue to create breakthrough in ways you cannot imagine while you are still on earth. You will discover that the more you experience answered prayer, the more your capacity for prayer will expand. The more you witness divine intervention, the bolder your prayers will become. The more you see supernatural breakthrough, the greater your expectations will grow. Your prayer life will become a continuously expanding spiral of faith, authority, and effectiveness. This continuous blessing will also manifest as supernatural wisdom that guides your decisions, divine insight that reveals opportunities, and heavenly discernment that protects you from deception. You will know things you have never learned, understand situations without explanation, and perceive truth beyond natural observation. The eternal declaration I am speaking over your life is this: you shall receive. You shall continue to receive. You shall receive abundantly. You shall receive continuously. You shall receive with overflow. You shall receive beyond your ability to contain. You shall receive in ways that amaze you, timing that surprises you, and abundance that overwhelms you. Your prayers are not just answered. They are answered magnificently. Your faith is not just rewarded, it is rewarded generously. Your faithfulness is not just acknowledged, it is celebrated eternally. Your love is not just reciprocated, it is multiplied infinitely. Walk boldly into your future, knowing that what you have been praying for is just the beginning of what I want to give you. Move confidently into your destiny, understanding that today's answered prayer is tomorrow's stepping stone to greater blessing. Step courageously into your calling, recognizing that you are eternally loved, continuously blessed, and perpetually favored. The prayers you prayed in faith are now manifesting in reality. The hope you maintained in darkness is now shining in light. The trust you demonstrated in difficulty is now being rewarded with blessing. The love you expressed in uncertainty is now being returned with certainty. What you're praying for is not just coming your way, it has arrived. What you have been believing for is not just approaching, it is here. What you have been hoping for is not just possible, it is actual. This is my eternal declaration over your life. You are loved beyond measure. You are blessed beyond description. You are favored beyond understanding. You are destined for continuous blessing, perpetual favor, and ongoing demonstration of my faithfulness. The age of answered prayer in your life has begun and will never end. The season of continuous blessing has commenced and will never conclude. The era of divine favor has started and will never stop. Receive it, embrace it, live it, share it, multiply it. Your prayers are answered. Your faith is rewarded. Your hope is fulfilled. Your love is returned.